Am I holding on to something that I need to let go? I cannot honestly think of anything I'm holding on to that I need to let go. I mean, I think about some things from the past where I figure people have maybe transgressed against me. It's just a memory that has no edges to it anymore. I wouldn't go out of my way to do anything to a couple of people in my life that I figure I really owe something to in a negative direction. But if the opportunity ever presented himself, I don't know if I'm a big enough man to forget it, to tell you the truth. So there have been a couple transgressions, but it tampers down just like anything with time. You know, time solves all your problems. It really does, including the final one. You know.
Whew.
That's heavy too, and I am actually not. We're in such a good place in life, and where we are, I don't.
I think I do. I'm probably holding on to a lot of concerns about our future and what's next when I leave the career I'm in and move to the next, and I probably need to let it go and just realize it's all going to work out.
He tends to carry the worry for the both of us, whereas I'm a little more go with the flow, and he takes it all from me.
I know it's all going to work out.
It's all going to work out.
But I'm still just like trying to work through it in my mind.
Let go the worry.
Yeah.
There's no need to worry. We're
for sure.
Good.
I've always been this way ever since I was a kid. As long as I can remember, I've worried about things that I care about, and
being a perfectionist
I've always
from the
worried
start
too much, for sure.
Doesn't help that either. Everything has to be perfect.
Yeah, but as long as I can remember, I've been that way. So, but I'm trying, trying to get through it, grow every day.
People pleasing. I'm always trying to live up to other people's expectations, and you kind of get lost in the sauce when you're constantly being a yes man or trying to appease others. But at the end of the day, it's really about what makes you happy, what makes you tick, because when it's all said and done, did you live a life that was fulfilling to you, or was it just satisfactory to everybody else around you? So, gotta let that go. Yeah.
I don't need to let go. I guess the past, start looking towards the future more. God's come into my life and He's forgiven me for everything, and feel like I'm starting over like a new person. So I guess let go of all the past tribulations and sadness and grief and regrets. Yeah, let go of all my regrets. So yeah.
If there's anything that I'm holding on to, I'd say maybe just, expressing my emotions more. I don't really talk to a lot of things to a lot of people. I kind of keep everything in. So I'd say probably just talking to people and getting it out. I'd say probably just sadness. That's the main emotion that probably I just don't always reach out. I don't know. I think I've always just been raised that way. I was raised without a dad, so I'm kind of just used to keeping everything to myself. So I think that's how I've just been raised.
The ability to not be perfect. I think we get lost in striving to be perfect at all times, and sometimes it's okay to, not to be perfect or to feel that you need to be perfect. Enjoying the things that you've already accomplished and the things that you've wanted to accomplish. You just being content with the fact that you put your best effort forward, and it's telling yourself that's good enough.
These are good questions. Gosh, I feel like everything comes down to fear on some level, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Letting go of fear and recognizing it, right? Recognizing it in certain areas and being able to let that go.
Being able to trust God is going to put you where you want to be, or where He wants you to be. That's going to be more beneficial than where you are right now. I know for me, because I had to quit a job because I couldn't stand it physically anymore, and then mentally it was absolutely draining. And then I got let go from my second job that I was working at the same time. So have been looking for a job for the past month and a half, and I've been really stressed, trying to do everything on my own. But I have to learn that you just have to let God do what He needs to do and not so much rely on yourself. which is difficult because nowadays you think of yourself all the time. Like, it's self-love all the time. It's think about yourself, but you don't know everything. God is going to put you where you need to, where he needs you to be, where it's going to be more beneficial for you to be at.
Probably a lot more than I even realized, to be honest, but I think most of us are probably holding on to a lot more than we realize. I just regret, like, not putting in more effort to have, like, a relationship with my family, and I think I kind of balled that up for a long time. I'm realizing lately that I need to find a healthy way to let that out, I guess. Well, I just drove 20 hours in the car by myself over the weekend, and I had a lot of time to kind of reflect on my life.
Dude, I don't think so. Yeah, life's good. Stay busy and keep it moving, right? Oh, I learned a bunch of shit over the years. Still haven't figured out most of it, though. Like, there's stuff you learn, and there's so much more, every day, right?
I don't think I have any grudges. I don't know. I think I'm pretty chill. I don't hold on to things. You don't hold on to anything?
I don't know. She thinks I hoard like digital stuff. Like I don't. I just have hard drives with all my backups and stuff. So, but I kind of like them. So maybe some digital decluttering, that sort of thing. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything
emotional, but yeah, he's a hoarder.
Let's see. Yeah.
So what I'm holding on to that I want to let go of, or that I can let go of. So as I'm going through the aging process, I'm hanging on to all my aches and pains that come with age, and the body and mind changing. I'm learning how through, and I actually did a 12-week program through neuroplasticity and neuroscientific exercises to realign my neural pathways so that I'm not letting the pain and mobile limitations that I have consume me and enable me to live a joyful life. And I highly recommend anybody that's interested, check out neuroplasticity. It's an amazing thing. They've actually done studies on this for about 10 years, and they're finding that it can actually change your DNA. They use it a lot with cancer patients, a lot of the techniques that I learned with cancer patients, and cancer has gone into remission, and people are able to cope and deal with the pain because they've been able to, because all pain originates in the brain. And that just because you feel pain, it doesn't mean that you're harming yourself. All pain is not harmful. So like my knees are killing me, and if I think about it in a different way, I can diminish the pain and keep moving, even if it is with a cane.
I think I'm holding on to maybe a lot of anger from traumatic experiences in my life. Working every day to move past it and be a little bit more calm and relaxed. Yeah, I think it's more working through it, not repressing it. But I do box, so I go into the boxing gym, I can hit the bag, or I lift weights, like ways to expel energy physically, so that, it's not so built up in my physical body, and then I can work through it with my mind.
I think I'm holding on to an idea of who I'm supposed to be. I think kind of just absorbing how everyone wants me to act and wants me to be, like my parents and friends. I think I'm still holding on to the idea that I'm supposed to be someone else, and kind of learning that I'm me, you know what I mean? Learning that there are some traits that I might not like, but that doesn't mean they're necessarily bad. Just learning that other people's version of me does not diminish my version of me.
I used to be, but not anymore. My failed marriage. I let go of that by accepting myself for who I am and not trying to hide it anymore, not trying to push it aside because of the way I was brought up. I'm gay and I'm proud of it.
I think I hold on to a lot of relationships that I don't really need to, and as you get older you outgrow people around you, and it's not a good thing or a bad thing, but sometimes it hurts more to hold on to things and like not really move on from them than it is to acknowledge that we're just in different points of our lives, and that maybe like being in each other's lives doesn't serve one another and hurts more than it helps. And so like finding a way to separate amicably is something that I'm working on doing more. I don't know that people in my life right now, but just like friends from high school who I still consider a friend, but maybe that's not a relationship anymore. And I think that's okay to acknowledge, like maybe that's not what we are anymore. So not like actively trying to cut people out and not actively trying to like not spend time with those people, but just recognizing that relationships change and like grow and sometimes end, and like that's okay too.
I think for me it's striving. I think my whole life I've tried to strive for what is best, and I just need to let it go and live the rest of my life and enjoy it, and let the striving go, and let when it happens, when it doesn't, a new path will come.
Kind of similarly, I feel like there's a perfection, and it's not in every way. There are very like certain elements in my life, like I feel like with my social life, like my roles in relationships, like I get very perfectionist of like I need to be everything, I can't fail at them, or like I don't even say fail, I expect a lot out of what I'm able to give, and kind of would love to let go of that sense of like perfection of like we're all like a little bit human and it's a little bit messy, so like I think that would be an amazing thing to let go of.
Yeah.
But it's a process, and so yeah.
Fear of rejection. So fear of rejection from letting down people I love and care about. Fear of rejection and like myself. I'm like, I feel like it comes up when I'm like, I want to do the best for myself, and kind of like, as Angela was saying, like just wanting to strive and, achieve all my dreams and everything, but also like not getting there or being told no, I think is something that scares me at times.
I feel like that one's the easiest question of them all. So I guess I'm a recovering perfectionist. So just knowing that you don't have to be perfect. The decisions you make, there's no right or wrong answer. It just matters how do you move forward and onward from what you do. I mean, it always affected me positively, I feel like, from like elementary, K-12, high school, undergrad, to like always strive for perfection, getting the best grades as possible, A's, and always pushing myself to think of like the next steps. And then in graduate school, it definitely teaches you that no one's perfect. Science isn't perfect either. As long as you try your best, then there's forward progress.
What am I holding on? Probably some anger from childhood.
Yeah.
That's deeper than I want to go.
It's not the best
I would
childhood.
just say, didn't have the best childhood. Harbored a lot of anger from it. Harbor some anger from it, but I've harbored more anger from it when I was younger, and have been able to let go of most of it. Some of it I still need to let go of. Not sure I ever will, but my head's in a better place around it when I do experience those anger issues.
I think I just need to be more open, man. I feel like I kind of closed myself off for a while. Had a better relationship, and I just kind of, put a sour taste in my mouth after that.
For me, I've always been someone that's worried about my finances, and just having enough money in case something came up or someone needed help, or just always that something bad could happen, and I've always probably should have let go of worrying about money so much.
Yeah, you might have been able to enjoy things without necessarily having a lot of money.
Yeah.
Always focusing on that. Give yourself time and freedom to focus on other things in life.
Yeah.
For me, it would probably be giving up perfectionism. Being...
You have no idea. No idea.
Being a little bit hard on myself. I can't say that it was all a disadvantage, because I think it helped me become successful and happy. But sometimes it can be a little bit of burden. Sometimes I can be a little bit too hard on myself, and I think that can detract from overall enjoyment and peace in living my life.
I have a lot of things that are sentimental value. Probably I have my brother's Air Force uniform. I'm not sure what to do with it. With all those medals from Vietnam and everything. So I've been, trying to figure out what to do with it instead of just keeping it in the house.
Stuff.
I have too much stuff in my house. I have a really hard time of letting go of things from my past. Clothes, furniture, pictures, dishes, everything. I mean, I have a real hard time letting go of things that, because every time I pick up a dish or look at something, it brings back a memory of, and I have a hard time letting go of all that, so.
My job, probably. I just come home every day. I mean, I only work part-time at a Starbucks, and it's so exhausting. And for the amount of money that I'm making, it's not really worth it. I want to pursue my dreams and maybe inch closer to those. So letting go of my job would probably help, but I need to be in a more stable situation before I'm able to do that. Oh, I want to get into the fashion industry. I want to just like either design or work for like any fashion label, just to be creative again, because I haven't had that opportunity in a while to be creative.
I don't know anything. I don't know. I'm sorry, I guess I don't have things that I really hold on to. I just kind of pick and choose. I don't know. No clue.
It's funny how like when you get into your health and you start healing yourself, if you want to call it that, or you start working your health out and what makes you sick, I've seen it that people can hold on to a diagnosis, and then you can kind of be perpetually stuck in the state of like, oh, I'm Bob and I have, this condition. And it's like, oh, and like they become that, they become their illness and it becomes their life. And I've seen it with some of my friends, and I'm sure I've done it. That's why I try not to talk about my health stuff so much, because it's like, in a way, it's like, I'm just doing healthy stuff now and it's fine. I'm not Adam with like, I'm always talking about gluten and dairy stuff, but, I try not to make, my health issues so much a forefront of my life now. It's just like, I'm just a person healing and learning and growing. I just try not to hold on to that as much, but it's still, hey, that's I'm learning. So I guess I'm still holding on to it and I'm gonna let it go, but I'm aware of it.
I think that one would be like always having to listen to my parents. Like I feel like I should let that go and like continue on with my life instead of like always having them like in my ear like, hey, you need to do this way, but like that's not how I want to do it. So I need to stop listening to that little bird in my ear and just let that go and just be me.
For me, it's probably like any type of resentment or negative feelings. I mean, those sort of happen throughout my life and, in different relationships. And if I can let go of negative feelings or doubt, things that hold me back from being who I am as my most actualized person, if I can let those go, I think I'll be in better shape.
Certain relationships with people, I feel like I'm a pretty friendly person. So even though I don't really like you, I'ma still talk to you, and if they talk to me, I'ma still be friendly. And I just feel like certain people I just gotta let go, because they give off bad energy. They're not really a wonderful person to be around and things of that nature. Certain addictions for me too.
It's like my head, if that makes sense. Like the anxiety, the just the self-conscious, the everything negative that I see in myself that just plays in my mind. That's something that I'll forget. But that's something I'll just erase. Sometimes I'll be really cooled out, want to go and vibe and have cool energy, and then I'll go into a room full of people and I'll just feel not welcome by just myself.
Can I answer for you? No, not being me. Man, sometimes when we hang out with friends, bro, sometimes we'll be having all a good time and he'll just be by himself in the corner doing his own thing, and we'll be like, "You good, bro?" And he'll just sit there
I'll be having those moments though, because I'm either outgoing or really antisocial, and that's just something I can't shake. It's weird.
To be honest, I'm kind of at a good place in my life where I don't feel like there's not any big things that I'm really holding a grudge or holding on to that is keeping me back. I feel like I was able to just through friendships, mentors, counseling, work through a lot of those bigger things. I mean, there's small things here and there, but I'm able to work through them. So I guess the camera can't really see this, but I'm pretty tall, and I play basketball. I love basketball. I really wanted to play in college and semi-pro if that was a possibility, but just a series of events throughout like high school and college, that just wasn't the path for me. And I definitely kind of carried that chip on my shoulder for a long time, like still kind of holding out like hope that that would be a possibility. Kind of as a result, I kind of have like a love-hate relationship with the sport, where I love playing, but at the same time it's like there's a lot of like, I don't know, like I guess like mental baggage there. But recently just like it's been really good to learn to see it as just a hobby and a way to connect with people and have fun and, you know, just be part of community. So yeah.